purpose of this meeting indicate what are the indicators of good governance within a democratic framework, and then I'll proceed to touch briefly on the concept of the rule of law. Good governance within a democratic culture is understood to encompass values and practices that ensure the subordination of the preferences and conduct of public officials, the subordination of the preferences and conduct of public officials to the ordinary laws of the land. It also means the subjection of their behavior to open scrutiny in accordance with law. That is the essence of transparency and accountability. Like constitutionalism, good governance is also about limited, restrained, responsive, and effective government. Good governance is about limited, restrained, responsive, and effective government. Thus, good governance reflects subjection and adherence to the rule of law, accountability, and transparency or open government. It requires the passage of sunshine legislation, the laws that compel the behavior of public officials to be conducted to the extent possible in the open, and for secrecy to be the rarest thing that happens in the state. And the idea of confidentiality becomes important only to the extent that things must truly be kept confidential for the sake of the public good or the good, legitimate welfare of the individual. I'm thinking of, for example, trials, certain court proceedings that necessarily must be in camera or behind closed doors. So good governance reflects subjection and adherence to the rule of law, accountability, and transparency of government or open government. It also means and requires internal democracy, fairness, and administrative justice. Each of these are big concepts that require explanation. The maintenance of high ethical standards and institutional competence. But finally, it also means professionalism in the discharge of public duties. That public officials have a duty to discharge their responsibilities with utmost professionalism. The core values of liberal democracy, which is the modern, most widely accepted framework for good governance, include liberty, equality, accountability, transparency, and competence. Good governance is the sum total of these values, supported by and reflected in appropriate, well-functioning institutions. Thus, it represents a mix, that is, good governance represents a mix of values and practices that ensure open government,